All right. And lastly, we have Reggie Keding. Take it away, Reggie.
So I would love if you guys would do a follow. There's a QR code on the top right there. If you want to check out our Instagram and see the latest and greatest, that will take you right to our page. And this is going to be a presentation of how we help a client through the design build process. And it all starts with the floor plan. So if they have one from an architect or Benson, that's great. If not, we can scan their house to help generate one and basically creating a digital copy of their house where we'll then translate it into a rendering. And then it goes into the building phase. And finally, home sweet home. I picked this project because this is actually a BNI member's home that we did that won a regional award over 3 states. All right, so to the floor plan. So having the floor plan tells us what they have and what's going to be changed. So we can show a proposed floor plan of all the changes that are going to happen from a 2D level. Now, this helps get a general concept of where we're at. And then what happens next is a client will share their inspiration with us. So whether it's their Pinterest, their Google Images, screenshots they found on Instagram, anything like that. And we're going to create something called a mood board. A mood board is where they get to see all their finishes on a palette combined to see what the theme of their home's going to be worth. Now, the advantage of design and build together is that we're going to be picking finishes that match the budget of the client. It's a big deal because you don't want to have something spec'd that's way over budget that can never be built. So in these images you're going to see, these are the tastes of that client that also match their budget. Here's a mood board for a bathroom, kind of showing you a general feel of what that's going to look like with paint colors, finishes, fixtures. And then what we do is we put this on boards in the office so that people not only get to see the picture of it, we'll put these in real life so you get to touch it. Here's that faucet. Here's that door. Here's that countertop that you were looking at. Here's the sample from Brian's showroom for the flooring. And this will help give you guys all these examples put together on a grand scheme of things of what is a whole project going to look like. I get to see it, then I'm going to touch it and feel it. And then I'm going to come down to the pricing of those finishes. So this is a worksheet that we put together for our clients that helps them visualize everything they've picked and the pricing that they've picked. And this is all done by our designers internally to help them see these are all the finishes that match the client's budget and the likes. So I don't know if this will work live here, but these are all links for the clients to click. That would pull up the website or the link of where it's at. So if a client wanted to see what does that sink look like, and then of course transparently, here's all the itemized pricing for each item that they picked and a total budget for that room or rooms of their project. This is just sometimes this helps clients also get a visual idea of what do things cost. And this is a high-end kitchen, right? This is actually a super kitchen where we took over a dining room and made it kitchen that's twice the size of a normal kitchen. So you could see the just buying finishes around this area is between the 214 to 280 just to buy stuff. And then we'll take all those finishes and put it into a rendering. This is some of the incredible parts of design is seeing it not just on that 2D floor plan. So if you can go back to this for a second, that is that kitchen. Now you can get an idea of what it's going to look like in the flow, but this is going to tell you what it's like in the lifestyle of it. So the clients got to touch and feel this countertop. They got to touch and feel
I
that
can email
flooring.
you a flat
They got
sheet.
to touch and feel that cabinet door style, that hardware on the cabinet, and then they get to see it all rendered.
Let's chat after the meeting.
Yep. And here's a couple other rooms in this client's home with the fireplace and ceiling beams. We can also show what the furniture is going to look like in the flow. Close up of their range cooktop. Here's an image of their bathroom rendering with the tiles that they selected, the tub, the faucet, the wall coverings, and the countertops. Here's a look at their walk-in closet. where we can show them what are these cabinets going to look like? What is the flooring going to look like? What if I put lights inside my cabinets? What is that going to look like? And we can show people this in real life. So instead of looking at just that floor plan, it's like, oh, that's what my closet's going to look like. And that's how much the closet is. And we can show people these in different options. If they want to see what's a good closet look like, what's a better closet look like, what does the best closet look like, what does a luxury closet like this look like with all the fixtures and finishes in there and pricing with each one. So before they fall in love with the design, they'll see a price right away with it. Here's an image sitting back from the dining room, kind of looking into the different rooms of the home, showing a little bit of lifestyle in their home with some furniture pieces. This is a custom floating staircase that we're going to do. And they wanted to know, all right, if we're going to invest $100,000 into our custom stairs, we want to see that thing. And so that whole wall behind it is custom engineered to support the system with inlaid glass panels, motion sensored lights that go into each step. And this is a big piece of design, is helping people see, wow, okay, that's what it's going to look like. That's what that herringbone floor that Brian has is going to look like on those. Okay, look at that. Here's an indoor outdoor, so we can start showing people what it looks like inside and outside with countertop serving station with a accordion style window. We can show people the front yard. What is it going to look like with my porch underneath that overhang if I put paneling under there, if I put stone on the front, if I put sconces on that side and stucco on the left wall, but I want stone on the right wall. And I got Willie's garage doors in there. What's that going to look like? How much is all that going to cost me? And okay, I see it now. We can do the backyard. This is what it looks like when we put a pool in with pavers around the outside and concrete steps and
One minute.
your day spa. Thank you. And your backyard pavilion center with your kitchen that we'll be working with DPG on, right? There's a little close up of that. And lastly, I know we don't have time to watch the whole thing, but then we can also turn this into a movie of what this whole experience is going to look like for the client. And if they're interested, we can also put virtual reality goggles on them. They can see their home for their own eyes in living color with all the finishes they picked and the price point that they selected before they engage in building or pulling any permits.
Fantastic.
Just kind of a quick preview walk around to help a client like, okay, this is what my home's going to look like once it's transformed. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. Love to get together with any of you if you want to learn more about our process and how we can do these transformations.